Hi friends, once again I'm here to connect you all through online classes, and in the previous video we learnt about nutrition from the lesson life process. This video we are going to learn the next part of the life process, that is respiration. Okay students, what is respiration? Before going to what is respiration, or before going to know about respiration, we shall learn about how is respiration different from breathing. Or what is breathing? So breathing is only exchange of gases, or we can say breathing is a part of respiration which is only exchange of gases. Breathing is only exchange of gases, that is we take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. We inhale oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. This is called breathing. Then what is respiration? Respiration is a process of breaking down of food to release energy, and we call this as oxidation. Yes, the food what we take in is burnt or oxidized with the help of oxygen to release energy. This process we call it as respiration. So respiration is a process of breaking down of food to release energy. This process we call it as what? Respiration. So what is the equation for respiration? So respiration involves, that is the breakdown of glucose C6H12O6 plus 6O2. That is the glucose or the food what we take in is burnt with the help of oxygen, or the food is oxidized with the help of oxygen to release carbon dioxide and water. These are the byproducts, we can say. These are the products which are released when glucose is burnt with the help of oxygen to release large amount of energy. And the raw material is called glucose, and it is also called as respiratory substrate. So this is called as respiration. So what is respiration? Respiration is a process of breaking down of food to release energy. That energy is used to perform various activities, and the equation is C6H12O6 plus 6O2 will give rise to 6CO2 plus 6H2O with the release of energy. Now we shall learn the differences between photosynthesis and respiration. We should know that plants also respire like us. During night time, when there is no sunlight, plants also respire like us. They also take in oxygen and give out carbon dioxide. Now the first difference between photosynthesis and respiration is plants undergo photosynthesis in green cells. So photosynthesis takes place in green cells which contains chloroplast. So again in chloroplast we can see chlorophyll, which helps in absorption of sunlight. So the photosynthetic activity in plants takes place only in green cells, and respiration takes place in every living cell. So we have to remember every living cell, that is right from unicellular to multicellular, we can see that respiration takes place, and the respiration in living cell takes place in the mitochondria of the cell. So mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell, where energy is produced, and that energy is stored in the cells in the form of ATP molecules. Adenosine triphosphate is the conversion and storage of energy in the mitochondria. That's why mitochondria is called the powerhouse of the cell. And the second difference is photosynthesis undergoes, that is photosynthesis takes place during daytime. I told you, when there is sunlight, only during sunlight, or when there is the source of light, that's why we call photosynthesis. Plants will prepare their own food. So but what about respiration? Respiration takes place throughout the life of the organism, right from the birth till the death. We can see there is respiration, and respiration plays a very important role in all the organisms. And the next one is, third difference is, and in photosynthesis the energy is stored, whereas in respiration the energy is released. And we see that the plants prepare their own food and the energy is stored in the form of roots, leaves, that is starch or carbohydrates or glucose. That is the storage of energy in the plants. In case of respiration, energy is released. We learnt in the beginning of the video that respiration is a process of breakdown of food to release energy. So here in respiration energy is released. And the next difference is in case of photosynthesis, carbon dioxide and water is used. Carbon dioxide and water is used to prepare the food in plants. In case of respiration, the food what is prepared in the plants is consumed by animals, and that food is oxidized with the help of oxygen, and energy is released. The food is broken down with the help of oxygen. Whereas here carbon dioxide and water are used, here food and oxygen are used to release energy. And the next difference is, in photosynthesis, food and oxygen are produced, whereas in respiration, carbon dioxide and water are produced along with the release of energy. Food and oxygen are produced. So, the plants prepare their food and release oxygen, whereas in respiration, using oxygen, food is broken down to release carbon dioxide and water along with the release of energy. And photosynthesis is an anabolic activity. What do you mean by anabolic? Here, small molecules like carbon dioxide and water are used to make large molecule, that is the food. That's why we call it as anabolic activity. Catabolic is the large molecule is broken down into carbon dioxide and water to release energy. That is called catabolic activity. So, these are the differences between photosynthesis and respiration. Types of respiration: aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. We have two types of respirations, that is aerobic respiration and anaerobic respiration. The higher animals, example, higher animals undergo aerobic respiration. These organisms utilize oxygen and undergo respiration, or this type of respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, in which the food or the glucose is burnt or oxidized to produce carbon dioxide and water with the release of energy. So, aerobic respiration takes place in the presence of oxygen, in which the food or the glucose is broken down to produce carbon dioxide and water. So, the glucose in the presence of oxygen produces carbon dioxide, water with a large amount of energy. This is called aerobic respiration. And aerobic respiration is a process in which the organisms undergo respiration in the absence of oxygen. In the absence of oxygen, we can see this type of respiration takes place. So, which are the organisms which undergo anaerobic respiration? They are yeast and bacteria. And this type of respiration in unicellular organism like yeast and bacteria, it is called fermentation. And during this, the end products, what are the products they give out? They give out carbon dioxide and ethyl alcohol, that is C2H5OH. Here, because of the lack of oxygen, the food is incompletely broken down with the release of carbon dioxide and ethyl alcohol with less amount of energy. And this type of respiration, we call it as anaerobic respiration. So, in anaerobic respiration, the organisms undergo respiration in the absence of oxygen and with the release of less amount of energy. This is called anaerobic respiration. Now we shall learn about steps involved in respiration. So, what are the basic steps involved in respiration? The first step is breathing. Second is exchange of gases between lungs and blood. Third one, exchange of gases between blood and tissues. And the fourth one is cellular respiration. So, first thing is breathing. You all know what is breathing. Breathing is taking in oxygen and giving out carbon dioxide. So, the oxygen what we take in, okay, reaches the lungs, and at the same time the blood from all the parts of the body brings the carbon dioxide, and the carbon dioxide diffuses into alveoli and to the bronchus, to the bronchioles, and it is expelled out. So, this type of exchange of gases, we call it as what? Breathing. That is just the oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide is expelled out. That process we call it as breathing. And the second one is exchange of gases between lungs and blood. So, lungs and blood. So, when we take during breathing, the oxygen is taken into the lungs and reaches to the alveoli. So, here we can see alveoli. Once the oxygen is trapped by the alveoli, the oxygen is diffused into the blood cells. And this type of exchange we call it as what? Exchange of gases between lungs and blood. So, as the oxygen is diffused into the blood, at the same time the blood diffuses carbon dioxide, or the blood keeps carbon dioxide ready here, and that carbon dioxide is diffused into the alveoli simultaneously. As the oxygen is diffused from the alveoli into the blood, in the same way the carbon dioxide which is present in the blood is made to move into the alveoli, and it is through the bronchus, bronchioles, and through the trachea and through the nose it is expelled out. This type of exchange of gases between the lungs and the blood, we call it as this is one step, okay, exchange of gases between lungs and blood. And the second one is exchange of gases between blood and tissues. Once the oxygen is carried by the blood, or the oxygen from the alveoli is diffused into the blood, it is carried to all the tissues, that is all the organs of the body. We all know that organs are made up of tissues, and tissues in return are made up of cells. So the blood carries the oxygen to the organs, that is to the cells, and that we call it as exchange of gases between blood and tissues. And the next one, once the blood carries the oxygen to the cells, and that is called cellular respiration, and you all know what happens in the cells. So the oxygen and glucose is already ready in the cell, and in the mitochondria of the cell we can see the respiratory process takes place, where along the glucose is burnt with the help of oxygen, and energy is released, along with that carbon dioxide and water is produced, and this we call it as cellular respiration. So these are the steps involved in respiration. Breathing, next is exchange of gases between lungs and blood, and the next is blood and tissues, and the next one is respiration to produce energy. Now we shall discuss about the various pathways in breaking down of glucose. The schematic representation to show the breakdown of glucose by various pathways. What happens to the glucose when it is broken down? What are the various pathways? So first, if we study the glucose, there are three different phases. One, in the absence of oxygen, lack of oxygen, presence of oxygen. So absence of oxygen we can see in yeast, and that is called fermentation. Lack of oxygen we can see in the muscles of human beings, and then presence of oxygen, that is cellular respiration, we can see it in the mitochondria. So first what happens, this glucose, which is 6 carbon molecule, C6H12O6, it is a 6 carbon molecule. When the blood carries that to the cytoplasm, so in the cytoplasm this 6 carbon molecule is broken down into 3 carbon molecule, that is called pyruvate, to release energy. So once the glucose enters into cytoplasm, that is blood carries the glucose to the cytoplasm, the 6 carbon molecule is broken down into 3 carbon molecule, it is called pyruvate. Now after this, what are the various pathways? So this pyruvate molecule, what happens in the case of yeast? In the case of yeast, in the absence of oxygen, this pyruvate molecule will convert the glucose into ethanol, that is C2H5OH plus carbon dioxide with less amount of energy. Here incomplete combustion takes place because here no oxygen is present. That's why the 3 carbon molecule is broken down to produce ethanol and carbon dioxide with less amount of energy, and this we call it as fermentation. And because of the liberation of carbon dioxide here, this yeast is used in the dairy products for making bread, cakes, for the fermentation of bread and cakes, where they liberate carbon dioxide and makes the bread and cakes very soft and fluffy. That is the reason why yeast is used in dairy products. And the second pathway is the pyruvate molecule. When in case of human beings, when during regular exercise, large amount of energy is needed. During that time, the muscles cannot supply sufficient amount of energy to the body. So when regular continuous heavy exercise is found the muscles cannot supply sufficient amount of energy. That's why people who undergo regular exercise get tired very fast. So during that time, this pyruvate molecule, we can see there is lack of oxygen in the muscles. So during that time, the lactic acid, pyruvate molecule is converted into 3 carbon molecule, that is lactic acid with less amount of energy. Understood? So in case of muscles, because of lack of oxygen, what is the byproduct produce? Lactic acid. Okay, and that lactic acid provides energy but less amount of energy. And the next one is, as you all know, when this pyruvate molecule breaks down in the presence of oxygen. If it breaks down in the presence of oxygen, in the mitochondria it takes place. Once sufficient amount of oxygen is present, it undergoes aerobic respiration, that is in the mitochondria, to produce carbon dioxide and water with the large amount of energy. So that is how the glucose molecule undergoes various pathways. The one is in the absence of oxygen, that is in the yeast, to produce ethanol and carbon dioxide with less amount of energy, and one more is in the muscles where lack of oxygen is present, to produce lactic acid and energy, less amount of energy again. And in the presence of oxygen, it is aerobic, it undergoes aerobic respiration in the mitochondria of the cell to produce large amount of energy. So in exam, this is very important for your exam. They'll ask you what are the byproducts, what happens when glucose undergoes pathway in the absence of oxygen. You have to say ethanol and carbon dioxide, lack of oxygen, lactic acid with less amount of energy, and in the presence of oxygen, as you all know, that carbon dioxide, water with large amount of energy. Okay students, now we have come to the assignment part of this concept of respiration. Students, you have to copy down the questions which will be really helpful for exam. Based on respiration, you have to write what is respiration. Second question is, how is respiration different from breathing? How is respiration different from breathing? And the third question is, differentiate between photosynthesis and respiration. Differentiate between photosynthesis and respiration. Then the next question is schematic representation to show the breakdown of glucose by various paths. Breakdown of glucose, how glucose is broken down. That pathway you have to write the schematic representation, which is very important. And the next one is, what are the steps involved in respiration. And the last question is, differentiate between aerobic and anaerobic respiration. Okay students, see you in next video. Thank you.